Hi, good morning everybody. It's Councillor Glen here. It is Saturday the 29th of January. Thanks to everybody who's watching today on Facebook, on YouTube, or listening on podcast platforms like iTunes and Spotify. Wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, thank you for tuning in. I've got a whole bunch of updates all over the place, a smorgasbord of updates today. First of all, I just wanted to talk about vaccines. We had an Ottawa Board of Health meeting earlier this week and got some updates. Right now, the vaccination level for booster shots in Ottawa is around 60%, hovering just around 60%. One of the things that we're seeing right now is the number of people getting a booster shot is starting to plateau. And Ottawa Public Health is shifting their efforts to make it as easy as possible, as accessible as possible for people to get a vaccine. What we're seeing is a bit of inequality. We're seeing some of the more privileged socioeconomical neighborhoods with a much higher percentage of third dose booster shot vaccinations, and some of the disadvantaged neighborhoods having a lower percentage. So what are the reasons for that? A lot of it is about access, it's about location of clinics, it's about limitations for transportations. It could be also about just lack of a family doctor or trusted medical professional to answer questions. So Ottawa Public Health is shifting efforts to prioritize some of these neighborhoods where we're seeing a lower uptake. There's also work underway, worth mentioning, the Ottawa Birth and Wellness Centre. They're doing another focused clinic at their location on Walkley Road this weekend for people who are pregnant and their families. And they did it last weekend as well. Last weekend they vaccinated 300 people. So this is an example of some of the targeted vaccination efforts that are really making a difference. And I saw a stat last week, 1,000 people in Ottawa received their first dose. So there's still people who are going out and getting their first dose, which I think is good news and worth mentioning as well. Anyhow, today I am at the Fringewood Park. Behind me is the Fringewood Park skating rink. This is known as a puddle rink because it doesn't have the boards around it. It was a rink that was re-established last year, and it's one of 13 rinks in our community. Each one of them is run by volunteers. So thank you again to all the volunteers in Stittsville who help out with rinks. Great to have them on these cold winter days. Also, I wanted to mention we've had some great response to our new Stittsville Volunteer Connect. This is a new mailing list we've set up to alert people about volunteer opportunities. So if you've wanted to become a volunteer but looking for something to help out, not quite sure how to find those volunteer opportunities, go to my website. It's glengower.ca/volunteers, and you will see how you can sign up for that list. We've got over 100 people who've signed up in the last couple of weeks, so thank you. Some reminders, actually one about skating. We're asking you not to skate on stormwater ponds. There's a few people who've set up informal ad hoc rinks on stormwater ponds. The reason for that is safety. Stormwater ponds, they take in water from roads that can have road salt and other chemicals, and it's very hard to guarantee a consistent thickness of ice. So for your safety, please stay off stormwater management ponds when you are skating. Shea Woods, the park behind Holy Spirit Parish, the forested area where people walk their dogs just south of Abbott Street. The administration at the church has asked me to remind you to please do not park there on Sunday mornings. There have been some conflicts and some inconvenience for their churchgoers on Sunday mornings. So please wait till after 1:30 p.m. on Sundays to use that church parking lot. And at any time of the day, please drive with caution. Please slow down when you're going through there. And if there's snow clearing happening, please do not park in that lot. This week at City Hall, we had a few meetings. I mentioned the Board of Health. We had our City Council meeting. The mayor announced we're going to be renaming a road out in Cumberland in the East End after Ryan Reynolds. And then Thursday, we had our Planning Committee meeting. I'm the chair of that committee, and I was pretty happy with one of the files. It's a redevelopment. There's some existing lower end rentals, and it's being redeveloped as a high-rise apartment building. We were able to negotiate with the builder and add some tenant protection, so covering any relocation expenses and also assisting those tenants in finding a new home once that development proceeds. It's good because as our city continues to grow, there's a human impact to that. We really have to make sure we're looking after people in our community. The challenge is there is no provincial rules or city rules that we've established around how to fairly help tenants. So we're always trying to negotiate and ask, and we can't require or legislate builders to do that. So always thankful when builders are willing to come and work constructively with city councillors and city staff to find a solution to help people in our community. So that's good, and we'll be looking to do that as much as possible as we continue on. You know, previously our planning committee, we looked at things, very technical things like heights and setbacks, you know, distance from other properties and so on, density, but we're really starting to look at these things now around affordable housing, around tenant protection, things that traditionally haven't necessarily been thought of in planning from a technical sense, but they're super important to the process. In fact, I think we should rename our planning committee the Planning and Housing Committee, just to recognize that change in focus. Some more updates and reminders. I believe this is the last week that you can provide your feedback on the short list of active transportation projects. So if you remember going way back to last year, we asked you to identify missing links in our community, sidewalks and recreation paths and bicycle routes. Tell us where are the missing links. You responded with some ideas. The city went in and evaluated those suggestions across the city and created a short list. You can go to engage.ottawa.ca and you can find an interactive map and share your feedback about the shortlisted items. engage.ottawa.ca. The other thing you can comment on is a list of about, I think, 80 or so proposed transportation policies. So these are the objectives, the rules, the goals that we would have for transportation, and they'll form part of the transportation master plan that the city's updating over the next couple of years. So that's all at engage.ottawa.ca. This afternoon, I'll be attending the launch of Black History Month at 2 p.m. I think I've shared some information on Facebook and on Twitter about that if you want to join as well. February, of course, is Black History Month. On Monday, some of the COVID restrictions from the province start to be relaxed. So that means that restaurants and at gyms, they'll be able to reopen with the reduced capacity and the vaccine passport mandates. From a city perspective, we will be reopening our recreation centers. So they've been closed down, obviously, for the last month. So on Monday, starting to reopen with reduced capacity and some changes to the schedule. So check out my website for more information. Of course, we've got the truck convoy, the protests happening downtown. Please avoid traveling downtown unless you really need to, trying to reduce the amount of traffic and people down there. And the last thing is I want to say a welcome to Tracy and Aline, two new people who've joined my staff here at the city last week, and really thrilled to have you. They're here to help answer resident questions and solve problems in the community. So thank you for joining, and looking forward to working with you over the next few months and hopefully longer than that. That's it for me today. Try to go out and skate today, maybe cross-country ski, do some tobogganing on a local hill, or just take a walk around your neighborhood and explore. I'll talk to you around this time next Saturday. Take care. Bye.